Welcome to the hour of 9 this lovely Tuesday morning. A cold one, I must say, but if you've been watching Molen Kenyana, had made the right predictions. You never go wrong when you watch that segment because we tell you what the weather is going to be like. So those are some of the benefits of waking up every morning with us here on UBC TV. Once again, I'm Robert Chirabo Nyintono, and this is an extension of Good Morning Uganda, which is Good Morning Uganda Extra. Now this morning, in this particular segment, I have very interesting people with a very interesting mission, and that is humanity. And they have a saying that goes as, there is nothing small in serving mankind, parents or orphans. Each of us at one point or the other, you need an act of humanity. You need to show someone that yes, by virtue of being human, we can step in where you can't, where you're limited. And joining me on set to discuss more regarding humanity are two young lads with whom we are going to be discussing this. I have Dr. Abdul Chiwanuka. Dr. Abdul Chiwanuka, who happens to be, the Director, Gift of Sight, Humanity First Uganda. You're most welcome.
Thank you very much.
And just next to me is Dr. Abdul Hakim Mukwanga, who happens to be also a director in Humanity First. You're most welcome.
Thank you so much.
Now, to begin off, when we talk about Humanity First, is this a non-government organization? By the way, when we refer to the word itself, humanity, even before first, I want to begin with you, Dr. Chiwanuka. What are we referring to?
Thank you very much. Host, and good morning to Uganda as a whole. Humanity First is a charity organization.
Okay.
And it is non-political, non-governmental, and looking at our very mission of this organization, we are looking out to the disadvantaged in our poorer communities in the different parts of the world. And we need to look at those socially disadvantaged, the misfortunate ones. And Humanity First started in 1995 when it was registered in the very first part was in London, UK. And we started on the same drive and gospel of letting people get empowered to know that you to help, you don't need a lot of funds. We don't need to leave this responsibility to those people who have made it in life, to the people who have assumed a lot of wealth. Because most of the times we are living within our different campuses. You look at the people you're keeping around your environment, and it's me who is going to know who is needing my area. So Humanity First focuses so much on empowering the very afflicted people, letting them know that you can be turned from the needy person to the main donor that you're looking for. So this is the entire kind of message of Humanity First, that we should wake up and stop looking very far for help. Otherwise, we need to organize ourselves and do that very little. From the statement you said, nothing is little if we're giving back. And looking at empowerment, Humanity First as well looks at the very first main goal in Humanity First is raising the spirit of volunteerism. Because if you look at the value of the donation that you get, and then the value of the manpower that you need to administer. We shall be looking at the different projects of Humanity First, but you can see that when you associate with Humanity First, that we have over 2,000 volunteers, expert volunteers, from professionals to the peasants down. volunteers, that from the person who is going to be registering the needy to the person who is going to be working on the needy. If it's a medical activity we are carrying out, we have doctors. If you have a surgeon saying that I'm going to offer 1 or 2 months in service to mankind, a surgeon who is paid maybe 5 million per surgery that is going to be carrying out comes and offers those surgeries for free. The donation that we get from people in terms of monetary value really cannot match the value from the efforts of volunteers. So this is the entire message of Humanity First, that we need to rethink when it comes to giving back to the people. We know who is an orphan. We know who is economically not stable. We know who is not educated down there where we are. And it's now us to wake up, organize ourselves, and then reach out and give back to those that we know are in need. And another area we need to put out that when we come to giving back to humanity, we have only one requirement: to regard someone as a beneficiary, or someone as might be deserving of getting this help from Humanity First. It is only and only the evidence of necessity. As long as there is evidence that this person is in need, right away you become deserving. We don't look at your chest, we don't look at your race, we don't look at your tribe, we don't look at your religion, you know. And we have volunteers across the world who are not, who are from different walks of life. Any kind of, we have engineers, we have people who are not even religious on board, as long as we focus on what connects us, and that is humanity.
One thing I've learned is don't wait to be rich to be able to help, to be able to serve, to be able to extend a hand that shows the need to serve humankind. And now that brings me to ask, what are some of the programs that Humanity First is running or works through to extend humanity to the people? And I'll put this to Dr. Mukwanga.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Uganda. And thank you so much, our host, for hosting us this morning. Humanity First, as my next brother has just talked about it, looks at the vulnerable in the society, and it runs on a number of programs. Those programs are 8 in number, and when you look at it critically, it also highlights what we call the Sustainable Development Goals of the UN set out. There are, I think, 17 of them, and Humanity First tries to capture some of those, because, you know, all these programs are there to help sustain life in the different communities of the vulnerable, because not everyone is best suited to survive in this environment. So those who are not able to survive in the environment are helped by Humanity First to give them a fighting chance. So some of these, I'll talk about global health. Global health is a department in Humanity First, or is a program in Humanity First, which basically looks at providing health or health improvement to the vulnerable in society. We've had a number of medical camps in the different regions of Uganda. We've had a number of trainings in the different regions of Uganda. Recently, we were in Kwania district in Abongomola sub-county, and we held a medical camp there. So all this is looking at who is needy in terms of health, because health is the greatest wealth that someone can have. So if someone is not healthy, they will not be able to carry out any other activity that they are supposed to do. If at all you're having a toothache, it will impede you from doing some other activities that are actually going to sustain your life. So if we remove that burden from you, we feel we are helping out in humanity. The second program that we have is Gift of Sight. Gift of Sight, as you hear the name, we are trying to restore sight of an individual. many individuals are suffering from cataracts. Many individuals are not having contact lenses that can help them, those who are short-sighted, those who are long-sighted, that can help them to also have you know, a smooth life in terms of seeing. So we come in to help in, let's say, cataract surgery, so that we can rectify the sight of those people who are suffering from cataracts. The recent exercise was carried out in Mbale district. I think the screening was...
Yes, we did in Paris Surgeon Hospital.
In Paris Surgeon Hospital, that's where the screening was, and the surgeries were done from Mbale Regional Referral Hospital. I think over 210 cataract surgeries were done.
Actually, we did, to be exact, 247.
247 cataract surgeries. You find a man, an old man who has been blind for around 6 years, coming in for cataract surgeries, and both eyes are worked on. And in a few span of time, in a day or two, they're perfectly fine. And they've restored their sight. And the joy that you see on the faces of these people is tremendous. Because this person has been blind for 5-6 years. They've not seen their grandchildren, they've not seen their children in quite a long period of time.
So moving.
Exactly. So they've not had the opportunity to go to their farms, to look after their chicken, to look after their goats. But all of a sudden, after 5 years of all that blindness, they are seeing the sun again, they are seeing the moon again, they are seeing the clouds again. They're able to interact with life again. Yes. So such is what Humanity First does. Another program that we have in Humanity First is what we call disaster relief. Now, disaster relief, we are looking at, you know, there are a number of areas in Uganda that are stricken by a number of disasters. For example, in Bududa, we have a lot of landslides. We have drought that can stricken different areas of the community. So Humanity First comes in to provide a helping hand, because you know, whenever we get such disasters, a lot is destroyed. Households are destroyed, farms are destroyed. So the baseline of sustainability for those people is totally cut off. So Humanity First comes in to try and restore the lives of these people in providing household materials, in providing food, in providing a little cash that can sustain these people's lives. Then what I'll talk about lastly is what is called orphan care. Now, orphan care, as you hear the name, is we are trying to provide a fighting chance for an orphaned person or an orphaned child, mainly children. An orphan is a person who has lost one or two of their parents or caregivers. So when such a person is in society, and more so if that person is a child, their chance of survival is very hard. And therefore Humanity First comes in to give a fighting chance to these people. What we are looking at is basically the basic needs of society. You know, it's a basic need to have food, shelter, clothing, education, health. So we try to provide all these basic needs to these children so that they can have, you know, a fighting chance in life. Yeah, so I'll talk about those four. And those are part of those
very
programs.
interesting programs there. Why you should be part of the people partnering with Humanity First, because when you look at the four programs that Nkwanga has talked about, supporting the orphans, I love the gift of sight. You just imagine when you close your eyes and you look at a life where you can't see. And if you wake up one day and some well-wishers, some that are advocating for humanity can give you the gift of sight to see again, well, it was so emotional and moving. And I only wish I was at least around to see the joy of these families and these people.
Exactly.
But we also have, that is Subani Mugambe, who is online. He's the Director of Operations, Humanity First Uganda. He will be telling us the other four programs, because Kwanga told us there are 8 pillars which you operate. So let's have him online tell us about the other 4 and you're welcome to the program. Thank you for being with us. Please, can you take us through the other remaining 4 programs through which we see Humanity First being able to extend a hand to mankind?
As you have heard from my colleague, Brother Abdul Chwanka, who is the director, Gift of Sight, Humanity First.
Well, I hope we'll be able to get him later on. Issues of technology sometimes become a problem, but we are still looking at Humanity First, what they do, Humanity First here in Uganda. You say this is a global charity organization, yes, and it's aiming at extending acts of humanity to people who are vulnerable, and one of the things you said that necessitates you to be a beneficiary is very clear, the need. There isn't anything like specializing in tribe or what. But when I look at most of the people under Humanity First, I see people from the Islamic faith. Where is the connection?
Thank you very much. The founder of the Humanity First charity organization it was a gentleman called Mirza Tahir Ahmad. And Mirza Tahir Ahmad was the 4th successor, or was the 4th caliph of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, was a leader in the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. And he had this urge when he saw, after taking notice of the different disasters that struck the world during his time, looking at floods and earthquakes, we are having wars. So what troubled him was that we need a team, a local team in that very disaster struck area that is on the set in case such a calamity befalls us. And his urge was that the moment you claim that you are a religious man, we have only 2 principles in religion. You have to fulfill your responsibilities to your Creator, and then you have to fulfill your responsibilities to His creation. Same in the Christian faith. Love your neighbors, you love you. So one, you have to love God. Then you cannot love God because you're not going to find Him anywhere. Then the best is to love His creation. And so he said you cannot be a religious person and you don't champion. You're not at the forefront of serving mankind in doing charity work, and you're having atheists leading the way. So this is one of the very reasons as to why he started the organization. And then he had to lay down a number of principles that have been elaborating from creating a society that is dependent, to a society that is independent. That's why when you come to Uganda, you have directors who are very young, energetic men, and they are doing their own other work, and then they are able to find time and then offer and offer this service to mankind. So he said charity, he had to change the entire language of charity work, from having donors that are sitting somewhere sending a lot of sums of money, and we're having a lot of corruption, and they donate 10,000 pounds, you get 1,000 pounds reaching the people. Said no, that is not. And then he changed the narrative from looking at the donation to look at the spirit of volunteers. That if we have, like he's saying, if we have any landslides anywhere, or we are having any overflooding of any lake and destroying people's food, you don't need to call donors, or you need to call Abdul Hakim. Do you have any clothes? Do you have any extra beddings? Do you have any? And then we organize the society and we run over to the afflicted area and we give back to the people. And the issue is done. We can relieve them from that calamity for a given period of time before the governments can come in, before they can also rearrange to resettle somewhere else. Yes.
Very good background there, and of course it's very clear that there is a cause and there is a purpose, which is basically to help humanity. Many times, like you've said, we look at the donor community, government yetu yambe, government yetu fudeko. Some people think you must have so much to be able to give. Actually, one time I was on a certain forum where equally there is charity, and that is lottery, and someone told me, but you must be rich to be a Rotarian. If you don't have money, you can only give what you have. Now here you are. I'm not saying that's what they believe in, because also in lottery we believe that you don't have to be rich
To give.
to give. Now you don't have to have what to give. No, it is your heart. It is recognizing there is someone needy. It is you believing that each of us can make a little sacrifice and we change the lives of these people. And this is what Humanity First does. Now, allow me to go for a very short commercial break. When I return, we'll be discussing more, looking at the impact of Humanity First since they began their work in Uganda. What are some of those things that we can cherish that have been a result of the good will and spirit of volunteering to save mankind? We'll return shortly.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
It's our mission to secure your money.
Protecting your money is as important as earning it. It is for this reason that the Deposit Protection Fund of Uganda, DPF, was established by the government of Uganda to provide deposit protection to customers of regulated financial institutions. In the unlikely event that your commercial bank, credit institution, or microfinance deposit-taking institution fails, the DPF will pay you up to 10 million Uganda shillings. Keep your personal information such as national identification number, mobile phone, or an alternative bank account updated with your banker. Terms and conditions apply. For more information, contact DPF at Aha Towers, Plot 7 Lodell Road, Kampala. Call 0312-206-400 or visit our website at www.dpf.or.ug.
We are the DPF. We protect your money. Protection Fund of Uganda.
Yeah. Sending money the old way. Wrong number. Sending money with the My Airtel app. You have the power in your pocket. The power to access and confirm contact details in real time before you send money. Unlock that power with the My Airtel app. Visit the App Store or Google Play now.
The Tales of Kasozi, brought to you by Uganda Communications Commission.
Hello?
Hello?
This is Kasozi. How can I help you?
Hey, Kaso's my brother. Long time. We last met when we were at campus. It's been a while, but you are the person I'm looking for.
Campus? Really?
Hey, you don't remember me?
Okay, so how can I help you?
I'm stuck in Gulu making millions and I need to urgently send money to my sick mother. But I can't find any mobile money agent near me. I've sent the money to your phone, as you can see the message. It might take a few minutes to come through, but I urgently need you to send the money to my mother. Let me send you her number and you send it to her chap.
My friend, I'm afraid your mom is going to die.
What?
Because I don't know you, I never went to campus, and I'm also in Gulu. So can we meet at CPS, we talk about it?
Oli musiru.
Stay tuned for what Kasozi does next.
Tofera. Refrain from unnecessary engagement with strangers over the phone.
This message is powered by the Uganda Communications Commission. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala,
This is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. Thank you for keeping it with us on UBC TV. In case you've just joined, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra, an extension of Good Morning Uganda. Every weekday from 6:30, we are here to give you the relevant information that you need as you go through business during the day and to be able to fit in any issue worth discussing, because you started your show by getting that heavy meal full of information and some few light moments here. Now, I'm still with gentlemen from, that is Humanity First Uganda, which is a charity organization, a global charity organization, but also operating here in Uganda. And they are to ensure that we can together help the vulnerable people or the people that are needy, irrespective of their tribe, their color, their faith, or any other differences. We are all one. What brings together is, are you in need? If you are, then Humanity First looks at it under the 8 pillars that we've been discussing here. Well, we hope we'll be able to get, that is Asumani Mugambe, who happens to be actually the Director of Operations, Humanity First Uganda. You know issues of technology, but if he's able to go through, then I'll just connect to him during the course of this program. But before I went for this break, I was eager to hear the impact of Humanity First in Uganda. What are some of the tangible results? We can say that since its establishment in Uganda, this is something that we've been able to achieve. And I'll leave Dr. Chwonka to give us more on this.
Thank you very much. On the last question, I had left out the part of how someone can become part of Humanity First. Becoming part of Humanity First, we have a running website. People usually write in, we have our email for the application, so they can approach our offices. We have Budaka, we have Kampala here in Wandega. All the details are on our website. And one other thing, a number of our volunteers we have, one of our leading volunteers is, she's called Dr. Arach Proskovia, the lead ophthalmologist, regional ophthalmologist in the Mbale Regional Hospital. And this is a devoted Catholic, and she has been with us doing most of those surgeries. We have Dr. Wilson Bakaki, who is also on the team, and all these are not Muslim. So even being a volunteer, you don't need to be Muslim, as long as you have the love and you feel it's your responsibility to give back to the disadvantaged
So clear it's just a Muslim-founded charity organization, but non-discriminatory regarding on the basis of gender or faith.
Yes. Now the issue of the impact of Humanity First in Uganda. Humanity First Uganda was started in 2006. And so far we've been able to put in place all the 8 projects of Humanity First. Disaster relief, we've been part in running towards Bududa, running in the expanding Lake Choga. We've been in Western Uganda. We've been in the different refugee camps all over. Whenever there is any disaster affecting the people of Uganda, Humanity First Uganda has been there. In the COVID period, we were there at the forefront to see that we can organize a few of the resources. You know, we have a normal saying that a plate for one person can be able to serve 2 people. So in case there is a need, you can decide to eat half and then you give the other half. Community care, we've been carrying out this, a number of different beneficiaries. If you check on our website, if I'm to read it out, our website is www.ug.humanityfirst.org. Then you can as well find us on different platforms, YouTube, Humanity First Uganda on YouTube, and a lot of our work is there. You've been talking about, he has been giving you a narrative of the people we work on who are blind for 5-6 years. There is one gentleman, after going back to his home, he stood like, how can I say, like a miracle that the entire village had to organize and come to see the man who was blind yesterday, that he can see them today. And they all had to come. So most of these stories are on our YouTube channel. If you just put in Humanity First Uganda, and you'll be there and you'll be able to see all this kind of work that we are doing. On food security, this has so much, Humanity First has spread somehow across the different region of Uganda. So when we talk of gift of sight, we've been so far for the 2 camps we've held. We've been in eastern Uganda, in Mbale, Palisa. This time we are scheduled to go to Bulambuli. And when we talk of food security, this has been so much in the Busoga region. And food security is one of the projects that I'm so in love with. Even last time I talked about it, that Humanity First comes to a place where there is no farming, there is no, the kind of farming is not productive. Our directors, because mainly sustainable. Yeah, we are looking. We need something that can be sustainable. Okay. You know, such that our impact is felt even when we are not there. So what our director for food security does, he takes notice of these people, calls them. Very first, we haven't talked about it. Our projects usually, we first have teaching these people. Even if it's global health, we call them, we have a CME with them. We try to explain to them, even if we are going to do dental extractions or filling or anything, we have to let them know. Because you removing one tooth, after 2, 3, 4 months, they will need to remove another tooth. So you need to educate them. So even when you come to food security, we teach them, we call them and then tell them why the methods they are using are failing. Because for every Ugandan, we know what is happening in Busoga. A lot of sugarcane and a lot of people are going hungry. So we let them know why they are failing. And it's good on the national television. The president has always fought against this. The people need to wake up and know the better methods of farming. So these people are recruited, given seeds to plant, given goats to go and rear. And after a short period of time, we come back and they give back. If they have had any harvest, they give back to recruit someone else. If they have had their goats grown and then they give back to give someone else. So from a disadvantaged person to a potential donor. And we have registered a number of these. These statistics are all on our website. You know, I'm going to check them and I'll give them to you in a bit. When we go to Knowledge for Life, we have Budaka Vocational Training Institute, we have Chotela Training Institute, and these areas are well set up. We are teaching and training them skills from driving to tailoring to hairdressing, that these people were not fortunate enough to earn themselves an education, they can as well learn something of their hands and go and earn a living and still be able to compete in this kind of environment. Water for Life, it's one of the best successful projects. We have a number of boreholes. We've refurbished a number of boreholes. One thing in Africa, we are known why we don't perform well in education is because the biggest percentage of Africans, all of us, even me inclusive, we had to wake up, first go and get water, you move a number of kilometers, you come to, you bring water, then you go to school. So you reach school when you're already tired. And then you're already hungry. What are you going to learn? You're already frustrated. And what are you going to achieve? So imagine if you set up these boreholes, that these young ones need to just wake up and run to school. You know, you're so much improving their status, their competitive nature in this society, that they will go with fresh brains in school, and their frustration, the child will not be fearing to return back home because he has to walk 10 kilometers to go and fetch a 5-liter jerrycan. You know, to make matters worse, it's not that they are getting tons and tons of water, but 5 liters, and when you get home, they are done to wash only 2-3 cups. And Global Health has talked about it. We have held a number of camps from, we've even been in the refugee camp in Western Uganda. We've been to, yes, talked of Bongomla, we've been to Mbale, and Gift of Sight, being the director, I've so far worked on over 1,500 patients of the having eye problems, and I've done surgeries, about 300 surgeries. And each surgery, I would like to point out to this, to let our people know that it's not about the money you have. You need 10,000 shillings to donate to Humanity First. 10,000 shillings. That is going to look at someone who is going to attend my screening camp. And this 10,000 shillings is going to cover for prescription medication, is going to cover for doctor's consultation, is going to cover for the education they are going to get. We all know the cheapest consultation when it comes to eyes might be about 30,000 to 50,000. That's without any medication or without any procedure. And if you have any eye extraction, sometimes the last camp I had, we had a child with a kind of seed in the eye. That extraction still was covered under that 10,000. So if you donate 250,000 Uganda shillings to gift of sight, you're actually giving back an eye to someone. The cataract surgery costs me about 250,000, and this is something that we are running out to the community out there. It's not what you need to have to donate; it's what you have that you can save to donate. Only 250,000 Uganda shillings can be able to give someone. A civil servant who has lost his, a teacher who has lost his job because they can no longer see, they can go back to teach. And you can imagine your 250 Uganda shillings, 250,000, what is going to do for the people that depend on that civil servant.
Well, indeed, there is a very big impact there for Humanity First, and I'm happy that I believe many people listening to these two gentlemen that I have, that is Dr. Abdul Chiwanuka and Dr. Abdul Hakim Mukwanga. One of the things that comes out is there is a call and we need to answer. There is a call and we need to answer. This is by coming to you and saying you can restore someone's sight. You can redefine their destiny by simply saying, let me join Humanity First to support this noble cause. Most of the times we just lament. Sometimes we think we are not able to do something for some people. But here they come to you this morning and they saying you don't need to have so much. It is just knowing that what you have can change lives, can redefine people's destiny. When you look at looking after the orphans, and this brings me to ask Dr. Mukwanga, I know you're going to be having a fundraising. Why have you in particular dedicated this year's fundraising to orphan care?
As we've laid out, one of our fundamental pillars is orphan care. And orphan care, we are looking at orphans. Now, why are we focusing this year on this particular pillar of Humanity First? If I could just give you some statistics. Globally, the burden of orphans is around 150 or more orphans in the whole world. That's according to UNICEF. And in Uganda alone, of that 150 something, we have around 3.5 million orphans that are currently, millions. Yes, more than 150 millions. But in Uganda alone, we have more than 3.5 million orphans. Yes, the community of Uganda has done a tremendous work in terms of providing something for these orphans. I can tell you that in Uganda today, we have more than 600 orphanages that are established. But of these 600 orphanages, or 600 and more orphanages, each orphanage can take up around 50 to 70, at most 100 orphans. That is on average. Let's say 100 orphans on average. And of the 600, that means you will only take up 60,000 orphans on average in Uganda. But remember, we have a burden of 3.5 million orphans. So you've not yet even hit a quarter of that number. So we have a huge number of orphans that are currently living in Uganda that need our help as a society. We believe, I'm a Muslim, we believe that it is everyone's right to have the basics of living. That is food, shelter, clothing, health, school. it is everyone's right. So if it's everyone's right, 3.5 million Ugandans are deprived of those rights. And it is our duty as the society to stand up and give a fighting chance to these 3.5 million Ugandans. In Humanity First, we are trying to solicit a number of things. One of those are orphanages. There are quite a number of orphans that get orphaned when they are still very young, in tender ages of 1-2 years. So such individuals need, a virtual household, a virtual home where they will feel secure, where they will grow as if they are with their beloved. And that, in orphanages, we provide these basic growth, help that we can render to these people. Then, in Humanity First, we need to sponsor more orphans to join primary and secondary and tertiary institutes of learning. All this is a call of Humanity First. So this year, we are trying to recruit more orphans into our care. We are trying to build more orphanages. We currently have one orphanage that is being constructed in Kabende, that is Fort Portal region. And this orphanage is not enough because its capacity can go for 50 orphans. Now 50 orphans is quite a very small number. If we can increase on the number of orphanages that we can build in Uganda to cater for the vulnerables, that will be a plus in terms of orphan care. Currently we have enrolled, or we have approximately 200 orphans that have been enrolled on our scholarship program of primary and secondary together with tertiary institutes of learning. So we need still to increase on this number so that we can provide more education to orphan, to the orphan child. We have more than 200 applications of orphans at our tables in Humanity First. We need to enroll these people, and therefore we need more funds from the community of Uganda.
Now, talking about we need more funds, help me understand, then how are you planning to raise these funds?
Exactly. So one of the ways that we can raise funds, or one of the ways that people can contribute to Humanity First, is we have an official bank account where we can donate to the orphans. If I can read it out, the name of the bank is DFCU Bank Limited. We have an account number. I think it will be shared on our screen as you see it there, and the account name, and together with the mobile money numbers that have been shared on our screen. Still, we have a scheme where myself I'm enrolled, and together with the director gift of sight, where we stand up as citizens of Uganda and we say, myself as Mukwang Abdul Hakim, I'm going to be able to sponsor a child or two in the scheme of Humanity First orphan care. And in this, we donate. A child needs 500,000 for them to be provided quite a number of things: scholastic material, bedding, feeding, for a full term. So if I come up and say that I'm going to give up 500,000 for a term of an orphan, that is a way I can donate. And I urge the community to come up and join Humanity First in this donation. In a year, a child needs 1.2 million Ugandan shillings to cater for all their fees in terms of institutes or secondary education. So if I come up as Mukwang Abdul Hakim and give up 1.2 million Ugandan shillings to Humanity First so that it can take care of that one child, I would have done quite a tremendous job. So we call on to the general public to come and join Humanity First in this scheme of sponsoring different orphans. Then also, we have our website, as my brother talked about it. When you go to our website, you can go through the activities of Humanity First, and there you can click on the donate now button, and you can go ahead and donate to Humanity First Uganda.
Well, there's so much that really happens at Humanity First Uganda, and you can be a partner because this is a charity organization. No politics, because I know many Ugandans fear politics. It's not attached to any religion, though the founder having been a Muslim, but there is a noble cause, and we must. I remember in my faith, since this is it doesn't discriminate. We believe that where there is one time we'll be before the Lord, and He'll tell us, "Thank you for feeding me when I was hungry," and we'll answer, "But when did I feed you?" And He says, "When you fed the needy, you fed me."
Exactly.
"Thank you for giving shelter to me." But Lord, when did we ever give you shelter? When you worked through Humanity First and helped the orphans, you are giving me shelter. So, and you will know them by their fruits. So what fruits are you bearing? This is a noble cause for you to come and be part of this cause by standing with very many volunteers globally that are pushing for humanity. The criteria here that we look at is necessity to qualify. So when you're part of this, you're not worried. But there are also some people that I found, and they spoke about Humanity First and its impact. I have Honorable Murui Mukasa, Honorable Rukia Nakadama, and Honorable Edward Sekandi. Well, these are VIPs. Let's first take a look at this.
Allow me to begin by congratulating His Holiness, the Caliph, and the Humanity First family upon the milestone of a wider global reach, as you have continued to lend a hand to the most needy in your notable pursuit of upholding human dignity. I am made to understand that the pandemic didn't spare this conference either, as it couldn't be held last year on account of a ravaging menace we know as COVID-19. It was indeed unbearable a time, and it is indeed reassuring and gives me great pride to express my gratitude to the selfless service of Humanity First, extended to health services and communities across the globe. Through donation of PPEs and other surgical materials, you relieved agony of frontline workers at a most critical time of need. With your delivery services at the darkest hour, your volunteers inspired hope in communities, thus availed a protective shield against the pandemic, as people were equipped adequately against the pains of lockdown situations. In Uganda, we have a development partner in Humanity First, one that has displayed exceptional readiness and zeal to contribute to the cause of national transformation through community-based programs which are geared towards uplifting livelihoods. Water wells have been constructed, relief material distributed. Your contribution to growth of the education sector, and most notably donating toward the COVID-19 appeal as made by His Excellency, the President of the Republic. To all this, we say thank you. It is my humble appeal that you deepen involvement in the African continent as we battle the pain of unequal access, and for that, Humanity First shall be ever remembered as a friend of Africa.
Humanity first, serving mankind. We are reaching out to the world with a message of hope. We are reaching out to the poor the sick and the lone, serving mankind, serving mankind, serving Africa.
Well, humanity first. In the interest of time, I couldn't have the rest of the people that we were able to speak to regarding humanity first. Now, these are in key positions that have been observing the works of humanity first. But I'll just give each of you, gentlemen, just a minute or less to have your final remarks. And I'll begin, that is with Dr. Chiwanuka.
Thank you very much. I'll just point out one thing, the reason as to why most of the times we are running these fundraising drives, it's always orphan care. We can postpone gift of sight. We can say, no, let's have it maybe in the next few months. We can postpone Water for Life. We can postpone global health. But orphans always need what to eat. Because we have them, like he has said, we have over 200 applications. These are people who don't have a mother, they don't have a father, they don't have anywhere to go. And we have already some that are already enrolled. So this is why we are running this fundraising drive for orphan care. There's someone there who needs an education, who needs housing there. So I'll call upon the Ugandans to join this Humanity First family, and we give back to humanity.
Dr. Mukwanga.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much, our dear viewers, for giving us this time. What I will tell you is, it's not the amount of money that you donate, but it is the meaning behind your donation. Please donate to Humanity First Uganda to reach out to these individuals. And I'll tell you that everyone is a potential donor, and everyone in our society needs something. So come up, donate with us, and we promise you to deliver this to all those who are needy. Thank you so much.
Well, I want to thank you so much, gentlemen, Dr. Abdul Chiwanuka and Dr. Abdul Hakim Mukwanga, and the entire fraternity of Humanity First. The many volunteers, over 1,000 of you, and everyone that has responded to this noble cause. Let's stand with Humanity First. Let's extend a hand. There is never something small when it comes to serving mankind, either orphans or parents, and we can make a life a better, make this world a better place, but also redefine destiny of people. See you tomorrow, God willing. Have a lovely day. Keep it with UBC TV.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
It's our mission to secure your money.
Protecting your money is as important as earning it. It is for this reason that the Deposit Protection Fund of Uganda, DPF, was established by the government of Uganda to provide deposit protection to customers of regulated financial institutions. In the unlikely event that your commercial bank, credit institution, or microfinance deposit-taking institution fails, the DPF will pay you up to 10 million Uganda shillings. Keep your personal information such as national identification number, mobile phone, or an alternative bank account updated with your banker. Terms and conditions apply. For more information, contact DPF at Aha Towers, Plot 7 Lodell Road, Kampala. Call 0312-206-400 or visit our website at www.dpf.or.ug.
We are the DPF. We protect your money.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Leaders who care create a good
good learning environment.
Because a good school equals a better life.
Raising voices.
The Ministry of Health informs the public that there are confirmed cases of Ebola in Uganda. We, however, urge the public not to panic as the situation is being managed. The Ministry of Health further reminds the public to be on the lookout for any persons who may show signs and symptoms of Ebola. These include high body temperature, abdominal pains, diarrhea, vomiting, bleeding from the body openings such as the nose, eyes, and mouth. Please inform the nearest health worker immediately if you see anyone with these signs and symptoms. To prevent Ebola from spreading further, please take the following preventive measures: regular washing of hands with water and soap, avoid handshaking and hugging, avoiding any contact with any suspected Ebola patients. Any person who dies suddenly should not be buried but reported to the nearest health worker or LC1 immediately. For further information, please call the Ministry of Health toll-free number on 0800-100-066 or send a free SMS to your report on 8500. This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from UNICEF and World Health Organization.
Yeah. Sending money the old way. Wrong number. Sending money with the My Airtel app. You have the power in your pocket. The power to access and confirm contact details in real time before you send money. Unlock that power with the My Airtel app. Visit the App Store or Google Play now.
Welcome.